Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? Welcome to a new live stream session on the channel. Let me know if you can see and hear what's going on. Whew. Yeah, I've been messing around with some other stuff recently, so I've changed around a few things, but it seems like we got it working, so that's good. I'm glad. Welcome everybody to a very important session in this challenge. And yes, I did use the phrase "the end?" in the title. It's a bit it's a little bit baity, but it's with good reason, as you guys will probably see by the end of the session. Chrono 11, pretend you didn't hear it. Indeed, already the reference is coming in. I like to see it. But yes, it basically, I couldn't help myself at the end of the last session, because I knew I still had 2 weeks before even seeing it. I did mess around with a few things and try some stuff to find out like if it really was the end or not. And it is the end of something. But we're going to work it through together. We still need to get there. There's quite a lot of work to do before that. And I might not be even able to get there. But we are on a collision course with Overdrive Sin. And Overdrive Sin, I think many of us like basically thought that would probably be the end of this version of the challenge. But we are just going to have a look in this session, hopefully, if we can get there. Like, see the extent to which it really is the end. Is there any way to get through? Is there any kind of super crazy, wild RNG thing that could theoretically happen that could get us through? Like, we're going to hopefully have a look at all of these questions. And then once we conclude that we really can't do it, then we're going to have to ask the question of how do we modify this challenge? Like, what restriction do we drop in order to be able to get through in the challenge? So that's basically what we're going to head towards. And it's already off to a pretty big start. Thank you so much, James, for the gifted memberships. And thank you for the 14 months, Omega. Good to see you guys. It feels like it just started. Yeah, it's already... Which session is this now? I think I've done like 54 VODs so far. So I think it's been 18 sessions, session number 19. So yeah, it's been quite the journey so far, and we still have. We're going to keep going as far as we can, but we are really going to have to start sacrificing some aspects of the challenge in order to keep it moving. So I think let's just so that we can actually make some progress. I think we already did all the dialogue with everybody.
We'll be bringing a new calm, one that will last forever.
We do all of that stuff. How wrong Lulu was, by the way.
The final showdown with Sheen. I say let's get this show on the road.
Alrighty. Let's see. Let's get the show on the road, and then we'll take it from there. We've got some scenes and stuff before obviously the Sin battles begin.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Yeah, I got to do it here.
Well, this is it, huh?
Yu Yevon's hiding somewhere inside Sin, and we're gonna find him.
Well, that sounds pretty simple.
Hey, simple is the way you like it, right?
You got that right.
Pops, I'm counting on ya.
Right. Got you covered. Yeah.
That back pain. That middle-aged back pain. Yeah.
How's that?
Right on.
Which means he's basically middle-aged if he's 35. Yeah, for most of us watching, so we're all closer to Sid's age than most of the cast.
A singing ship in the sky.
I hope everyone got the message.
Sheen!
Sin definitely got the message.
All right, we're going in.
How we gonna get inside?
The easy way, how else?
Figures.
Well, let's go.
Hey, how you plan on getting inside?
If we can't get through the mouth, we'll rip open a new one. You with me?
Now that's what I call a plan.
Petra, e go frito e ka.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. We'll give that thing a new blowhole. All you gotta do is jump.
Roger.
I won't tell you to be careful. Do your worst, kiddo.
Roger.
Vet.
Vet.
Riku, you guard. Will do.
Back when brother was cool. Okay, at least now we have some music back, so I think that's a better way to do it. I think this track is very loud though. What do you guys think of the sound mixing? Is it a bit too loud compared to my commentary? I feel like just mixing wise, this one just plays very loudly. It's pretty loud in my headphones too. Should I turn it down? I'll let you guys decide. If you think it sounds good, then we'll keep it this way. But for me, it seems like it might be a little loud. But if you're happy, I'm happy. I'll turn it down just slightly, just like a few decibels. It might help a little. If you had all the Albed primers, Tidus should have responded in Albed. That's a really great point. And I agree with you. I think that would have been really cool. Okay. Let's get some... I'm always happy. That's a lie reel. Whenever you're playing a new game, that brings out the hater in you. Hey Mike, welcome to the stream. See you. Okay. So, now we basically, the problem here is that we got a series of back-to-back fights. And fights that we really, like, if you basically lose quite a long way in, I think basically with the HD remaster we have auto-saves, which really, really helps in this situation. But if it was back in the day, you'd have to do all of these back-to-back and you can't fail. So you've got obviously the two Finns, and then you'd have to go on to Sin's Head, defeat the Sin Spawn there as well. But for us at least, we get to not have to worry about that. So we can kind of take things a little more one thing at a time. But that said, I think this one could be trouble. And the reason I say that is because we have delay. And when our enemy is auto-hasted and we have delay, that could cause some really big problems for us. And so I need to see if we can basically stay alive with all of the delaying that we're going to be receiving. So I think the auto potion should come in handy here. I think the usual, you know, Oren's going to help us tank a bit. Then who else do we have? Honestly, maybe it's a fight where we have Kimari as a secondary guy. We can't evade and counter these either. No Dragon Quest for a while. I think I did Dragon Quest 3 remake and 1 remake, but for now it's just because I'm trying to slow things down on the channel and just have less like ongoing content all at the same time. There's other things I want to be playing. So I'm going to be playing Dark Souls next. I'm going to be gearing up to start that in the next couple of weeks. I'll start recording my first sessions. And then once World of Final Fantasy is complete, I will probably do... It might finally be time for Kingdom Hearts. I think I might have to finally do Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, Dragon Quest 8 and stuff like that, it's not going to be on the docket for a while. Sin is ranged. No, it's very good Walker time to shine. Yeah. Like 20 damage at a time. SOS Protect. Maybe SOS Protect helps him. I don't know. But for now, at least, maybe we should just have First Strike. Yeah, so for here, I think we'd probably be looking to... We're probably going to need like another auto potion or something for her. So this was like the crazy armor that we built for Unalesca. Let's just keep it on for now. But I have a feeling that it's not going to be enough. Like we're gonna, I think the slams from Sin are going to be too strong. If we double HP and we still have Protect and stuff, it might not be enough. So we're going to have to take a look. So let's get into it. Let's just have our first attempt and see what we're dealing with. Most of my focus, I did mention that I've been kind of messing around with some stuff behind the scenes and doing some testing. I was mostly interested in oversized overdrive Sin and like the timing and stuff like that. But the fin fights and the head and stuff, like we need to approach those properly. So I need to properly give them a go. So let's just start and we'll see what happens. Might need some resets and some cutscene remover type stuff. I'd recommend the 3DS version instead of the PS2. Fair play. Protect and defend. Well, the problem is, obviously, you need to attack. So, if we have to defend in order to survive, I'm not sure we can, like, use a Shining Gem or something and then still defend afterwards, but we'll have to see. Let's just see what happens.
I can hear the song.
Yes, I can hear the hymn too.
They listen to us.
We won't let them down. Yuna. You don't need this anymore, right?
Oh!
Right? Huh.
That's a huge throw.
Hey, guys? Guys, that's not good, yeah?
This like triple repeat looking back. This FMV is pretty crazy. Yeah, that gravity magic casually pulling in like an entire moon. We never really see the effects of that. But that's some insane power. And then the silence.
Huh? Oh. Oh.
Yeah, this shot here is fantastic. That just looks so dope. Yeah, well, this is Sin trying to help us out. This is...
Hey, I saw something shine at the base of Shin's arm. I reckon it's a weak spot. Good! Flip!
Feina bimat poshi!
Sin's pulling us in.
Everyone, back inside!
Het loot!
Yeah, I guess Sid was right about the weak point as well. Fair play to him. Definitely helps. Okay. Here we go. The left fin. Thank you for the donation, Joe. Beat Overdrive Sin with haste. You can even beat the Killiker Beasts check, probably. Does sound like him. Alright, so what we can try and do is get ourselves prepped here. I think Sin remains motionless for the start, like especially when we're out here. So let's just try and see if we can get ready. So hold on. I'm going to try and bring in Kimari. He's got SOS Protect, which for now at least I'm just trying to keep people alive in case it's necessary for them to be, you know. I think those two are my most likely to survive. So let's just double up the HP. I think the critical point here is what happens with Riku. Does she survive the slams or not? If she doesn't, then we have to rethink. Like, we'd need a different armor in order to manage. Yeah, so it's given us time to prepare. I think that's a good start. So, done that. I think probably while we're out here, how should we do it? Maybe now's the time for Hyper Null, something like that. We've got... I think we can mix these two together. Something like that. Hey, Get Chefy, welcome to the stream. Judge Annibal 2, good to see you guys. True, Sid does have haste. I think that's the way the mod goes. I think Karifian mentioned it, that like Sid kind of counts as like an enemy slash boss or something as well. So he can't... I don't think he could mod it so that Sid doesn't end up with the haste, but it's whatever. It's fine. Okay, so in terms of defenses, I don't think there's too much more that Riku can really do other than literally defend. She's got Protect, and she's got Cheer ×5, and she has double HP. So the telling factor will be what happens once we get hit by the slam. And you can already see the turns here. This is... So yeah, Sin's just waiting for us to make a move here. And so let's do that.
Serious inside!
Okay. No, God, I guess the first move before Riku even does anything.
Yeehaw! We're going in!
Hey, Spider-Mag, welcome to stream. Okay. 65,000. I think for this one, damage-wise, we're going to approach it with Shining Gems. But first, let's just... Does it start attacking now? Or... Basically, the problem is, if you look at this, even if we use the use command, which is quick, Sin gets 2 turns here. Not good. So let's just wait a sec. Sin's just still waiting for us to make a move here. So what about now? Can we get it in? No. So basically, Riku's never going to be quick enough to toss a Shining Gem and then defend at the same time. So let's just toss our first one and see what happens. If we cannot survive the slam, then we need to rethink. I'm not very confident. We also have negation, but that's why Riku's auto protect is kind of nice. I think Ravage is actually okay for us. It should be something we can just heal from. So let's go Shining Gem again. Alright, let's see the Ravage damage. Okay. Yeah, it feels to me like Riku might need some kind of auto potion or something. Basically, once Sin starts ramming us, the fight's going to look very different. Right now, literally nothing's happening. But once that first slam comes in, which it is, this will be the telling point. 465 without auto potion. It's not going to work. I think that's the problem. I think we got lucky there. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, there's the second slam. So, as I mentioned, this slam has a delay to it. And that's our problem. And that's why Riku, as it stands now, it's not going to work. So, our first attempt against Sin's fins is a fail. That's not going to happen. Let's see. Just going to move to Sin's fins here on P. Birdman's Ultimate Companion Guide. I think Auron basically might get locked into a bit of a loop because he's so slow and the slam has a delay. They might end up kind of being stuck in a weird loop. That'd be kind of funny. In the meantime, I'm looking at the stats for this fight. Just see what we're working with. Yeah, so you can armor and mental break it, but that doesn't really help us here. There's not a great amount of options that we have. So I think we might literally be stuck here. Let me start to speed it up. I'm pretty sure that this is an infinite loop here. Because of the auto-haste that Sin Spin has. So this literally, it's a losing position. It's not an infinite loop, actually, because obviously Auron will run out of high potions. But he will basically exhaust his entire potion stock. Oh, wait, he did get it back. He did get it back. Okay, fair enough. There you go. I didn't think that was even going to happen. But you can see already, it's like 3 turns for every one of Auron's, plus the delay that we get. And so basically, as it stands right now, we cannot win this until Riku survives this situation. So it's sounding to me like she needs... I think she was taking about 460 damage, which is not good. She needs a lot of HP. And she might need an auto potion too. Because we do get back-to-back slams. I don't know if Riku would ever get slammed by Sin's Fin more than twice in a row. But that's not good. So unfortunately, the first attempt ends in a fail. So we need to have another look here. Can Waka attack from range and make this a 100,000 turn fight? Oh shit, okay, we have to reload the save.
Sin's pulling us in!
Everyone, back inside!
Yeah. Yeah, these auto saves are generally good, but here, obviously, if you need to readjust your equipment, it's not going to be helpful. So let's try that again. I also need to set up cutscene remover. Actually, I think I can skip the scene using Untitled Project X mod stuff. But first... Alright, back we go. So, we are at the stage of the game where, thankfully, we can visit once in Makalani and basically buy 4-slot armors if we want. So that's the good news. We don't have to worry about farming those anymore. So... that's fine. The question is, what do we put on it? I think what we do... I think you know where this is going. We are going to make some armors and have a look at this situation. The problem with staying long range is that you still have, it's still like, it has an attack that it does on you from long range as well. It's got the ram and then it's got the smack. And the smack hits harder than the ram. For anyone who's curious, the ramming attack has a attack power of 28, and the smack attack has a power of 34. So it's a pretty powerful hit. But it doesn't have a delay, for the record. But I don't think we're going to try and go down the attack it from range for like 50 damage a hit and try and do 65,000 damage. I think that's probably not the one. I think we're much better off trying to sort out some equipment for Riku here. See how we get on. Okay. Let's give Riku a 4-slot armor first. MC Knox or McKnox, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Okay, so Riku had something called, well, she had the yellow Taj, basically the lightning proof one, but it's now turned into this. So at least we have a nice blank canvas to work from. As I say, you can go get this from once now. Spend 100,000 gil, which we do have, to be fair. Let's have a look at some options. We need Riku to survive, so we're going to have to really boost our HP here. Okay. So, let's start with a big 30%. It doesn't let me equip it so we can actually see in real time what's going on. 468. I think that's already enough, you know. I don't know if random variants could still get me. I think I got hit for like 465. So I'm not too confident actually with that. I think we need another HP plus. I think we've got to go a bit further than that. Yes, indeed, Ryan. It is a Monday. Normally I always do these things on a Tuesday, but I'm flying out to Istanbul tomorrow, so I won't be able to do the stream. I'm just going to spend like a little bit of time there. My family's out there at the moment, so I'm going to be there for like 6 days or something. So I thought instead of making you guys wait another 2 weeks, let's just do it today. I've got some time today. Okay. How do we get elixirs at this point? I think we can farm for elixirs if we want, right? Surely. I think like the urn gives you something, like the pot. There's got to be ways to farm elixirs at this point with the airship. It's not something I specifically looked into. It's been a while. You rarely need to do it, but HP plus 20 is definitely worth it. Yeah, so the urns do give them. So I'm not going to worry too much about using up resources for this. I should have sold a 99 from Seymour Flux. I mean, you only need 5. We still have... I think all the elixirs here are legit, the ones I picked up, so we can at least use it for 1 more armor. So yeah, 540 HP for Riku should be plenty. Now the question is, do we go auto potion? I think we probably have to. I think that makes sense. Stamina tablets also farmable at this point. Well, they were before anyway, but they still are now. And then the next one is, do we manually put on auto protect? It's kind of funny how important the urn is. You can literally get stamina tablets and elixirs from it at this point. Like it's dangerous, especially in no sphere grid. It's a very deadly farm. But if you've got a save nearby and you're just like happy to reload like when it goes wrong, it's actually pretty good. It's a little grindy, but no sphere grid farming always will be. Like I'm showing you guys just sort of... I'm giving you guys a taste of a lot of the most grindiest farming. But obviously we're skipping through it to some extent too. So yeah, last slot, I'm not exactly sure what we'd want to put on. Maybe we don't need anything else for now. Maybe worth trying with just a manual, just like toss a light curtain instead. Since Finn does have the negation move, which could be a problem, but I think that one will maybe just toss another one when it happens. So I think I probably want to give it another go. And we'll see if with the beefier armor plus auto potion, and we do have 96 high potions, I'd like to think it's enough. And I mean, again, the question is, do we even need the other characters? Like, he's going to be draining away auto potions. I think we don't need it for Sin's fins, but then because you basically seamlessly go into the Sin Spawn fight, for that one you want other characters to be targeted instead of Riku. So in fights basically like Unalesca, for example, in like the second and third forms especially, and Sin's fins, they basically have attacks that hit everybody anyway, so having another character out there tends to not be that useful if your Riku ends up being pretty self-sufficient. But I think for this case, we'll give it another go and see what happens. So what's going to happen now is I've been able to get the Untitled Project X mod speed up working. I have it kind of mapped to a shortcut on my controller, so I can speed up the game like this. You won't be able to, and it keeps the music the same as well, which is also really nice. You don't lose the music. And this special mode here, it says cutscene skip. So I think I might be able to skip some cutscenes. Let's just give it a look. Can I skip it? No. But I guess at least it's a ×8. This one we can skip. This one we can skip. These ones we can't skip. Okay. You can skip the FMVs at least. Alright, that's not bad. It's okay. Because, I mean, we've seen the troubles that you have when you use cutscene remover sometimes, so at least this is a bit of a middle ground. Yeah, I guess it does allow you to skip FMVs. I think there's some scenes that are not FMV that maybe you can skip, but in general, yes, let's just get back to it. Hey NG Plus, welcome to the stream, good to see you. Wondering if Yuna's a good shout here. I'm just thinking ahead to the Sin's Head fight. She has good magic defense, maybe it helps, I don't know. I think for now it's all about Riku and what she's going to be doing, so let's just set things up. See how we go. Hey Az, welcome to stream. Streaming on one of my work days. Is Tuesday normally not a work day for you? I mean, you work most days, no? It's kind of hard to do that. Because I try to take the weekends off from like YouTube and work stuff too. I generally don't do anything on the weekend, so Monday to Friday is usually my stream slot anyway. So it's more likely to clash with people's work. Alright, so this time we do run the risk of negation. It becomes more likely, but we'll just do this anyway. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Fair enough. Yeah, that's how it's got to be this week. Okay. Lily Laser, welcome to the stream. I think I recognize that avatar. That's not your usual username, is it? Is it Sarah Wells? I'm trying to remember now. This whole like YouTube name change thing has always been a bit annoying with that, but okay. So Auron and Yuna are mostly going to defend. I got it right. Okay, there we go. Nice. Right, now we can move in. And now we will find out what happens. These guys keep waiting. Alright, here comes the first ram. 475. Yeah, I think I definitely needed the extra boost as well. My daughter changed my YouTube name to this and I don't know how to change it back. Honestly, it's the kind of thing I don't have much information about. If anyone in the chat knows how to change your name, like if you don't like what's happened to it after all this YouTube like changing people's names business, then you can help your fellow community members. And hey Hoffenheim, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Okay, I'm just going to make a start here. We're just going to start throwing these shining gems and see what happens. Because of auto potion, I'm hoping we can keep up here. I think Yuna's going to basically get KO'd anyway. Like it's, I don't want to use healing resources maybe on her at the moment. Alright, let's see what happens with Gravija. Pretty sure we just recover with auto potion here. 4, 5, 3. Yeah, I think we're good. Just need to see what happens when there's multiple slams. I'm pretty sure it's fine now, but... do I keep Yuna alive? Maybe I try, honestly. Auron doesn't really need to defend. It helps build Riku's overdrive too. So it's a little more resource intensive, but I think it's okay. Let me move to ×2 speed here. Actually, I'll do it using Untitled Project X speed up. Yeah, because there's a lot of waiting for this one. We're starting to get to the stage where even for Riku, she has to wait a long time before she gets another turn. And you can see that Gravija is based on current HP. And so even if your HP is very low at the start, you can still win. But yeah, keeping Yuna alive is a bit too difficult right now. So we're just going to keep moving here because otherwise it's going to take forever. So it's going to be Auron and Riku trying to handle it here. Sorry, Uni. I mean, in that sense, even Auron is kind of unnecessary at the moment, but as I say, I'm keeping him... I'm going to need him probably for the Sin Spawn fight. So yeah, so far at least, it's working pretty well. This is more like it. Just needed to give Riku enough HP for her to survive these rams. I think even HP plus 10 wouldn't have been enough. Auron doesn't need his armor, does he? I'd rather keep him alive. I don't remember how it works with stuff like Cheer. Because you have multiple fights back to back. Does anything carry over? If nothing carries over, then yeah, like there's not that much point. But if there's some kind of emergency, it might be nice to just have him there. I don't know. Nothing carries over. Yeah, basically I have to be careful with how the second fight ends against the Finns. I think that's the problem. Because I think because what you do, yeah, because as Francisco said, you definitely carry over HP and MP. And so if, let's say, you let everybody else die, and Riku, I don't know, even with her full HP, if she just starts the next fight, I'd like Auron to have maximum HP. I don't know if there's a chance he can survive anything, but it's worth a look. So I think for now, at least, let's just keep Auron in there. All he's doing is using up high potions, but it's a little unsure. For this attempt, let's just keep him in there. Yeah, they come back at 1 HP, but I just don't know if I end the fight with Auron at basically 2000 HP. Do they keep their doubled HP? Because they keep their general HP and MP stats, but if it's been doubled in the previous fight, do they go back down? Or do they... It's been a while since I've had a look at that stuff. Yeah, okay. Fine. Yeah, it just comes down... It's almost like basically it doesn't benefit the player in any way. Because on the one hand, it's 2 separate battles and everything gets reset, but your HP doesn't. So if you happen to have less than full HP, you take the disadvantage of that. But anything that you've done to improve your situation, you don't get to carry that over. So it's a bit mean in that sense, I think. Considering they're all back-to-back fights, I think that's pretty mean. But all said, in case there is a chance that Auron survives something if he's at full HP, and he has first strike as well, maybe that's enough. I think for that reason, maybe I'll swap Yuna to Tidus in fight 2 so that we have first strike back again. But this has been quite a phase here. We're not really getting any turns. Damn. Yeah, this is really draining on the resources. Maybe I do have to just kill Auron off. Yeah, we're already down to 62, and this guy still has half of his HP. Shit. Yeah, maybe that was the wrong call. Just makes me extra nervous trying to start the fight with 2 characters that have 1 HP. Yeah, I definitely don't have 99 X potions. Yeah, because of the slams, Auron basically pretty much almost never gets a turn again. If he does, I think for the next fight, I'll definitely swap him out from the start. This one, we'll just try and get through as quickly as we can. I don't even think it's worth mixing anything really at the moment. Maybe a sunburst at the end. It's very distressing watching all the enemies in haste. It's to their benefit, man. It gives them a better chance of surviving. So we keep powering through. But yeah, mid-fight, I feel like there's not really much point of using a Riku overdrive. We're trying to avoid Sunburst as well for now. But I inherently don't want them to survive. Well then what's distressing about it? This fight feels like a definition of not what the devs intended. 17,000. What do you think the devs intended then? If you were the dev of this fight, how would you do it differently? Devs intended easy game. I don't know about that. And well, obviously, I think when you see these fights under these circumstances, it always just makes it look so much more extreme than it normally would. Like, the fight obviously just looks so different when you come into it with a much more normal setup. Since haste adds to the negation counter, it's a good question. Maybe because it's more of like an auto-haste, I'm not sure that it does. Negation hasn't come into it so far. And well, honestly, getting a lot of turns in between mine tends to help. It says in the Ultimate Companion Guide, hit counter / negation counter value. After ram / smack has been used, this counter is reset. If a character performs an action +1, if an Aeon performs an action +2, that's the hit counter. And then negation counter, certain statuses when activated / inflicted. So activated / inflicted make the counter go up. Armor break on mental break. And then protect status on the middle character is actually 0 points. I did not even do that deliberately. That's a bit of a fluke. That's funny. So yeah, if you have protect on the middle character, it doesn't add to the status like negation counter value. That's pretty cool. Shell +1, reflect +1, protect +1 on the right character, protect +2 on the left character. And then haste status, 1 point per character +2. That's not going to be a problem. Total points -3 is the negation counter value. So that's the idea. And Riku being in the middle with Protect is actually a really nice play in the end. Okay, so now we can finish this one off. So there's our first fin. Let's go back to normal speed again.
Here goes. Everyone, hold on to something. Here we go.
Here we go. Accurate shot, man. It's quite a long way away. Alright, what do we get? Something for Kimari. Okay. Straight on to the next.
Got it!
Couldn't have done it without you. All right. Everyone look sharp. Time to hit the other side.
Easy for you to say.
Alright. But you'd love to play this. I'm pretty sure I have a link to the mod in the description for anyone who wants to mess around and try it. Don't worry, next up we're doing Final Fantasy X, but every enemy has Hyper Mighty Guard. Including the auto life, so you have to kill them, like, you have to do an extra 25% damage to take them down. That's where we're going next, because that's the natural path, right? That's what we got to do. Okay. So this time, I need to get Auron out of there. Let's make sure we do the same process. Okay. I mean, how many... Yeah, he used a lot of high potions. We shouldn't be doing that. Okay. So we need a little bit of time to prepare here. But thankfully Sin gives you that time, which is nice. But you can see the difference not having first strike makes here. This took ages, but we're going to get Yuna out of there. So my plan, if I can, is to try and sub Auron back in at the end. I don't know if I can manage it, but I'll try. Yeah, I mean, Hyper Mighty Guard, like every enemy having Hyper Mighty Guard could be interesting. Doing that with like Own Sphere Grid or something could be a thing. As I always say, the challenges are endless. It's just depends on your imagination and how much patience you have to just keep trying new stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna do it again. Just gonna do this for speed. Actually, a high potion was enough. I forgot that those guys didn't have it, but whatever. Okay, so I think we can get going. Tidus can actually move us in. Ooh, wait. Riku's going to lose a lot of turns. I don't want it to start smacking me before I've even done anything, so we'll just wait a little. Sin just chilling, waiting for you to make that first move. Okay, let's go in.
Closer! Go closer!
Just a minute.
Hey, Poetry Falcon, welcome to the stream.
Don't be falling now.
Alright, let's see what happens here. Because the left and the right are not identical in how they behave. That's important to note. So much so that I think we might have a problem with the second one. Hey JitGig, welcome to stream, good to see you. Let me just double check this because this could affect us later on. Yeah, okay. So, for the first fight, we have... Basically, what happens with the right fin is that the chances of it remaining motionless below a certain amount of HP is different. it's a lot more likely to continue ramming you, I think, when it's below. Yeah. So I think it just consistently keeps ramming you. Okay. That could result in a bit of a, again, like a kind of a loop situation where we get stuck. But we'll see. Actually, I almost forgot. Kind of important to put this back on. Yeah, so it depends if Riku gets a window during that time. There might be a small chance that below a certain HP threshold, Riku might not be able to get a turn in. If she can't, then we'll end up getting stuck and we'll have to think of something else. But for this first attempt, let's just keep going. Because we do have the auto-save. I think we can just start from the second fight if this doesn't go right. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so we haven't been using Sunburst yet. That's obviously a way to avoid it. If it turns into a massive problem, then we're going to have to probably Sunburst our way out of trouble to not have to deal with the last 16,000. But for now, at least, let's just go. See what happens. I guess the trouble is also we lose overdrive. Maybe I just heal these guys enough to get an overdrive as well, because we're on Comrade. I should have changed it to Stoic for this fight. I think that would have been the better call. Damn it. Just wondering how much I could really use that overdrive in the next fight. So 16,000, I think it's 16,750 HP left, or 250. That's the threshold we've got to watch out for. After that, things change. Alright. Still remaining motionless, we just keep attacking for now. Okay. Yeah, we have no Dark Matters for now. Those will come into play later, as you might imagine. I think we need 2 more Gravijas to get full overdrive here. There's a smack. Almost full. I think the next one should give us... we don't need to heal them anymore. Okay. How much HP? 41,000. I think it's still too soon. I'm not going to swap Auron in yet. I'm just going to do this one more time. Just to be absolutely safe in case Gravija does like a very tiny amount. Alright, let's go. Okay. So there's Riku's full overdrive, which might come in handy. 35,000, let's keep going. I wish whenever the ship got smacked, Sid came over the loudspeaker and said something. Normally, maybe yes, but for this particular challenge and version of the fight, I'm kind of glad we don't. I wonder if Kimari having a full overdrive is useful in any way. You never know. Never know. $24. Okay, I can get one more in, and then I have to be very careful. A trigger commander tells Sid to be quiet. We're concentrating here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the reason I'm thinking of it. So just having it in the back pocket could be useful for us. But here's what we're going to do. I think at this stage we don't need to do anything more. We are going to swap Auron back in for the start of the next fight. And then we're just going to wait. Okay. This is where we gotta. This is where we're gonna find out if we get caught into like a loop of not being able to finish this fight. I think we're okay. We need to toss at least 3 more. No, 4 more. I think. It would be very close. Let's see. Did we have Supreme Gems? I don't think we did, right? Did we? I need to check the inventory. Maybe I should have used Supreme Gems instead. Those are a... You get 99 as like a capture reward or something. Alright, in comes Gravija. Yeah, so this is the worry for me. Like, if this ends up getting me in a position where I can't get another turn, then we're kind of forced to do the last bit of damage in a single chunk. Unless we time it better. This is where you're seeing like the power of Auto-Haste. I think we might be in a loop, yeah. It's hard to tell though. It might be like 10 turns, it might be 12, it might be 15, and Riku might finally get a turn. It's very hard for me to know, like, with this delay mechanic stuff. I can't, like, calculate how long it will take. Because for Auron, I was pretty sure we were in a loop, and then he eventually got a turn. But I think this one, because there's very little reprieve. Basically, at this stage, I think it never stops smacking. The only time it stops smacking is to gather energy, and then Gravija. So during this window here, if Riku hasn't moved far enough up the CTB, then you are stuck in a loop. And you can't get through to the end. And that's a big problem. So even the mighty Riku, who even in no Spigrid, her agility tends to be enough to be useful. This is where she falters, because even she's not fast enough here. So yeah, we're stuck. I'm pretty sure this will end this attempt, because we won't get another turn. So I'm going to speed this up to like 8 times speed. So it's not going to look great on your screens, apologies for that, but we're just trying to find out if they get a turn or not. I'm pretty sure they won't, no matter how long this goes on for. Until we run out of high potions, we're stuck. Yeah, fun times. No Sphere Grid plus delay, my friends. Killer combo. Yeah, you're not getting a turn again. So we have to find a way to navigate the final phase. And it's funny because I think a lot of people probably don't realize that the left and the right Sins Fins fights are not actually the same, because they look very similar. But in practice, there's actually this detail here does make a difference sometimes. Yeah, who says my characters can't have haste? I've super hasted them up. Ah, there you go. We've run out of potions. And there you go. That's what happens, my friends. Basically, when you bring it down below 16,250, below a quarter HP, then it gets a lot more aggressive.
Got it!
Couldn't have done it without you!
Alright, come on, guys. Let's go.
Everyone look sharp! Time to hit the other side!
Easy for you to say.
Okay. So let's get ourselves back into kind of the same position as last time. I kind of don't want to hear the SFX now. So we'll keep it like using the normal speed up method. So let's get set up here. Why did I swap Waka in? That was supposed to be Tidus, that's a mistake. It doesn't really matter, but I'll make sure that I do. Light curtain. Tidus. Okay. Sort this out. Allowing Riku to die and then Auto Phoenix. That way delay is removed. It depends. I don't know. You'd have to calculate it. Depends on... like, you literally have to use your tick speeds and stuff and calculate. If you do it... If it happens during the window between charging and Gravija, are there enough ticks for Riku to be revived and then get her first turn again? Unsure of the answer to that one. I'd have to work out, or you guys will have to work out and tell me. My inclination is to say no. I just want to see, maybe if you have Supreme Gems, you can do it. How do we get Supreme Gems at this stage? Maybe we can squeeze in 2 Supreme Gems. I think we just move in now. Alright, we're ready, right? Protect, double HP, and 5 times cheer. Yeah, we should be good. Alright. Even times 2 speed just looks so fast. Wait, do I have... Oh. Yeah, when you got 2 different ways to speed up the game, it gets a little crazy. It's a bit too much. Unlocking 2 species conquest, greater spear. Okay. I mean, that's very doable, right? You can go 32x, that's nuts. But yeah, are we saying the Supreme Gems are doable here? I'm pretty sure. 2 species conquest is fine to unlock in no sphere grid. Very, very doable. I don't even know if I can hack in Supreme Gems mid-fight. I think I'd probably rather... I don't want a Sunburst though, because then I'd have an empty overdrive for the next one. I might need the full overdrive. So let's get to that threshold again, and then we'll kind of consider our options and see what we want to do. Hey, Miss Christie, welcome to the stream. Loved watching this playthrough on YouTube. Glad I managed to catch some of it. That's cool. Thank you for watching the playthrough. Appreciate that. All these years later, still playing. It's supposed to be potentially my last playthrough of the game. Online, like on the channel. That's just the way it goes. I think if we have the Supreme Gems, I think we could probably find a way to just throw in, like, if we time it perfectly, then I think it would probably still work. Just want to make sure we get the overdrive again. I think if you time it so that, like, you know the next turn is going to be charging. I think in the last attempt I threw one where the next turn was Gravija. I think if you go early enough, then I think you should be okay. So we've got to really try and time this properly. I mean, I don't have Supreme Gems, but I just want to see what the limit of what I can toss is. Okay, 2 more. At least I have done some Final Fantasy IX lives in the past. I don't think I've ever done live for Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. So 9 is one of the rare times I have done it. Okay, so we do have 1 more. Let's do that. Okay. So at this stage, we go... It's kind of a strange fight, because obviously at this stage you're pretty much completely safe. but then like you make one more move and you get yourself into like a loop of death. Yeah, I think I'm firstly interested in just seeing how many items we can get in if we time everything correctly. Alright, core gathers energy. Then Gravija. Then how many turns is it before the core gathers energy? Let me double check this. Is it the right Finn's 4th turn? Okay. Alright, let's get Orin in. Yeah, but then it's like, how would you do the final 16,500? Is it like you'd have to Lancet and Waka attack your way through it? Because I think the second you move back in, you encounter the same problem, probably? Unless you time your moving in for in between, like when it does the charging and the Gravija. That could also be interesting. Let me just see also. We should be able to survive the smack with the stats that we have now. Yeah, I'm just thinking because Sid kind of has haste, is there a way that you could command Sid to move in right in between that slot? But then again, you'd only get one chance. So I think it's yeah. Yeah, you could, that's what I'm saying. You can stay permanently far, but then you literally have to rely on Kimari and Waka to basically do 17,000 damage to finish it off. That's horrendous. Like, there's no way to do big damage from far away, right? It's super long, man. It's insanely long. I just want to try something else first. Hold on. Let me just wait this out for a sec. So is the next turn charging? I think it's used 3 turns now. So I think now I could basically go for it. I think if you had Supreme Gems, you'd be able to win this fight. Because I'd throw one now. And that would bring me to... If this was a Supreme Gem, I'd go down to about 8k. And then I'd just throw one more. And then it'd be job done. But I think with this, I can't do it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that route. Hey, Creepy, and welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So I think this should be Core Gathers Energy. And then with a Supreme Gem, you'd be able to finish it off, I think. I'd literally be like 1 away. Because I think basically what would happen according to this is the next turn would be Gathering Energy. Unless... Oh, no, Riku just wouldn't be able to get in. What if... Honestly, you probably could self-destruct here. Like, if you had prepped Kimari properly. Imagine Kimari was prepped here with double HP. You could probably do enough. It'd be very, very close. Yeah, we're trying to also not use Sunburst. If we can. Because I'm also thinking I might want the full overdrive for the next fight. So yeah, this basically, imagine Kimari was ready to go. You'd be able to make that happen. Ah, shit. So I think that would have actually worked. But I think as it is now, I don't think we can. We're just gonna get stuck in the loop. Let me try and do this. Yeah, you basically, I think you got to prep Kimari and then get him out of there. How do you do this with no sphere grid? There's, so far at least, there's 54 VODs showing you how. So you'll have to catch that up at some point if you're interested. But yeah, you basically, we still got ourselves into this loop. I think easiest way through is just... Basically, Riku didn't even get to toss another shining gem. Yeah. So yeah, I think that basically puts us again in this losing position where we're just stuck and we never get a turn. It's so funny, man. I really thought Riku would be fast enough to eventually get a turn. I thought that window would be big enough. But I think maybe self-destruct is a strat there. We'll have to have a look.